All right, get ready to go live. 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 What's up, everybody? Bernard King here from MyGridironFace. Welcome to the live stream tonight, everyone. D-Lump couldn't make it tonight. He had some engagements or what have you and everything like that. But at the same time, let me quickly go to my guest real quick. I got another guest came in. My boy, Data Dunn. What's going on? What's good? Say what's up to the world. Hold on. Yeah. Hold on. Let me take you off mute. Hold on. Let me take you off mute, my guy. Hold on. Okay, all right. You on now, dog? Yeah. Can you hear it? Oh, okay. There he is. Yeah. I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We can hear you now. Yeah. Got my main man, Data Dunn, up in here tonight, y'all. We're going to do a live stream tonight. You know, of course, D-Lump couldn't be here tonight, but he will be here tomorrow, folks. But Data Dunn, a very interesting weekend in college football, my guy. A very interesting weekend in college football. Of course, you know, we had this crazy work, right? 4 top 10 teams upset. 4 of them. 4 top 10 upsets this weekend. You know?
Start with Miami.
Yeah. You know what? We're gonna have to say the best. Hold on. My bad. We're gonna have to say the best for last with Miami. So we're gonna have to say that for last. Because I got a lot to say about that. Because, you know, Carson Beck being a former Georgia player, former Georgia quarterback. So we're going to have to say that for last, you know what I'm saying? But needless to say, it's a whole bunch of other upsets that went on this weekend too. Of course, you know, guess what? Check this out right here, man. Memphis. No. I'm going to get to that in a minute. But Cincinnati, number 24 Cincinnati, 49-17. Cincinnati came in putting in work tonight, man. I mean, your boy for Cincinnati, the QB, Brandon Shorsby, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. I mean, Cincinnati putting in work, man. 49-17, and a number 24. So, of course, you know, Cincinnati, that's something in your area. You know, you from Indiana, Purdue your team, but your thoughts on that whole Cincinnati game in Oklahoma State?
So how many touchdowns he threw? 3?
He got 3 touchdowns, and then he had 3 rushing touchdowns. Manny Colvey, Cyrus Allen. Oh, also Brendan, the quarterback, got a rushing touchdown as well. So 49-17, putting in work, man.
So I don't watch Cincinnati like that, but hey,
okay,
that's impressive. That's impressive.
Yeah,
I mean, I do that in my sleep, but hey.
look. Define irony, right? Cincinnati is 6-1, and Oklahoma State is 1-6. And I think they just fired their coach too for Oklahoma State, if I'm not mistaken. But that's cool though, and everything. And Cincinnati, they actually came up in the rank. I mean, they number 24 ranked and all that stuff. So like I said, we're gonna go from the bottom all the way down to the top though. But Cincinnati definitely got the energy though. But let's go ahead and move on to the Memphis. Hey, okay, guess what? Memphis 22. Hold up, this is the crazy part. Memphis 22 losing. Hold on, my bad. I got the wrong score up here. My bad. Let me go back up to my little box score real quick. Oh, yeah. Memphis losing by a touchdown to UAB. Memphis was 6-1. They came in the game. They came in 6-0. Number 22 lost to UAB. 22 lose against an unranked team. Now, Day, check this out. You ever notice one thing? You ever notice this year that a lot of ranked teams are losing against winless or unranked teams? You ever notice that?
No, for real. I think it all started with Penn State losing to UCLA.
Yeah, or State Penn. But anyway, go ahead though.
Yeah, State Penn ain't they done lost 3 straight games?
Yeah. But you know what? That's crazy though, man. I'm talking about something. Now check this out. This is crazy. So, and you know what? We're gonna get into. Hold on. Okay, my bad. We're gonna get. Make sure you stay on camera. We're gonna get into the unranked, the top 10 teams that lose against unranked teams too. So we're gonna go ahead and get into that too. But at the same time, I'm noticing a lot of these top 10 teams are losing against unranked teams. And speaking of unranked teams, what did D-Lump say about UCLA?
That was his sleeping team right there. He said, y'all better watch out. Them boys have won 3 straight ever since he said.
Hey, they won 3 straight. Hey, look, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, if I'm a big man, I'm going to Vegas. You know what I'm saying? I got to put some on them boys, man. So, hey, that's crazy work right there. You know, with UCLA, man, they won. Hey, look, they on fire the coach and won 3 straight, bruh. 3 of them. So, and UCLA, them being Penn State, and, you know, Penn State firing James Franklin, right? So, check this out. So, they fired James Franklin. Now, you from Indiana, right? If I'm not mistaken. Okay. Now, I know Purdue is your team, but speaking of which, let me do some Indiana, your state business first. Let me do some Indiana business. So Penn State was trying to go after the Indiana head coach in Indiana, right?
Yeah,
the number 3 in the country. Yeah. So what Indiana did, basically turned around today and gave him an 8-year extension for $93 million.
Yeah, I seen that.
So, whatever Penn State thought they were doing, but it ain't gonna work. So,
I'm keeping it a buck though.
Go ahead.
Yeah, he got paid all that money. But you gotta realize, Indiana's not gonna be good for that long. I'm gonna tell you that now. They're not gonna be good all the way to 2033. I just don't see it happen. That's just because, and I'm not saying it because I'm a Purdue fan. I just know that from seeing it with my own eyes. It's something like that's gonna happen. They're not gonna be good all the way through 2033.
Well, let me ask you this, because and no disrespect to Purdue or Indiana, because those schools are like well-known basketball schools. They're not known for football.
I ain't gonna lie, yeah, Purdue has that football, but
yeah, but at the same time, but respectfully, Purdue and Indiana are basketball schools though. They're not known for football. Well, every now and then they have a magical moment. Okay, Purdue with Drew Brees playing for Purdue. They went to the Rose Bowl. Hey, that was a good thing. But after a while, they go straight back to basketball though. So, hey, you got a good point there. Say they might not be good for how long you say? Oh yeah, until 2033. They might not be good for that long. Yeah, but hey, that's it. Well, right now it's magical right now because actually they were top 10. They were top 10 team last year. So now, hey, look, this is crazy right here though. They are number 3 in the country, but they're gonna move up though. So they're definitely gonna be moving up.
Like I tell people, they can have this fun now, but look who they got to play in the Big Ten championship.
Who they got? Oh well, let's see here real quick. Indiana. I just want to look at their schedule. Okay. Check this out.
They got UCLA next.
Yeah, I'll get ready to say that. Hey, let me ask you a question. Is that do you feel like it's a trap game or what?
Probably.
They still got Penn State.
I think so. Look, me and my boys been talking about this. Penn State mess around and might win that game against IU.
Oh, UCLA.
Even though they did lose even though they did lose their quarterback for the rest of the season, but I still think Penn State might find a way to beat IU.
Yeah, Drew Allard. Oh, is it Drew Allard? This his name? Is that his name?
I think that's the quarterback name for Penn State.
Okay. Let me see something. Hold on. Let me pull it up real quick. Drew Allard. I think that's his name. Yeah, that's him. Yeah. Drew Allard. Yeah, that's exactly who it is. But that's cool though. But anyway, you said a tough game, right? So let me give you a tough game tonight, right? So Texas and Kentucky, right?
Goddamn Texas.
They can't look, bro. Hey, listen. Let me tell you something real quick. I'm an SEC guy, Georgia fan, but I'm an SEC guy. I'm gonna tell you something about Kentucky. Kentucky is like the sneakiest team, in my opinion, one of the sneakiest team in the SEC. I'll tell you why. Because you don't know, you really don't know what Kentucky you gonna get.
You don't.
Until you start playing them. And now let me ask you a question real quick. Because Texas, I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I can trust Texas or not neither. I don't know if I can trust them. I mean, 1 minute they up, next minute it's like, oh, okay, what y'all doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's my thing on it. But hey, look, they went. What did they go into overtime?
They
No.
They
Went
did.
overtime. Oh yeah, I'm looking at it now. Yeah, actually they did go into overtime. Wow. A 4th and goal, and Kentucky had a chance to win the game. Wow. And the score was only about 3 points. So my question is, and now I look at the two dynamics. Kentucky is a sneaky team, and Texas is not all they cranked up to be. Even though they got Arch Manning, but they still not who I think they are, though. It's just my assessment on it. So that's how I'm looking at it. But moving on to South Florida and Florida Atlantic, right?
I ain't hear about that game. Who
What,
won
South
that
Florida?
game?
Oh, South Florida 48 and Florida Atlantic at 13.
Dang.
South Florida they putting in work on them boys today, man.
Dang.
Yeah, Byron Brown 3 touchdowns, and then he had the rest of the touchdown. Nakai Davenport with the touchdown, and Cole Skinner with the 1-yard touchdown, and then the receiving core Jeremiah Coger, a touchdown. Jonathan Eccles with a touchdown. Wyatt Sullivan with a touchdown. So pretty much they put up 48 points on them boys. And South Florida only lost 1 game. I think they lost to, is it Florida State? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, no. They lost to Miami. Yeah, they lost to Miami 49-12. So they're number 19 too. So they only lost like 1 game to Miami. And we're gonna get to Miami in a minute. You know how they gonna go. I want to hear your thoughts on all this stuff right here. But your thoughts on that? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so what are your thoughts on that? That South Florida and Florida Atlantic game, 48-13.
That's what's their records?
South Florida, they only 61. They're 61. They lost against Miami. That's the only game. That's the only team they lost against. They're 61. They're number 18 though.
Damn, they did that. Damn.
Yeah.
Shit. I ain't know South Florida was like that. Hold on now. Oh.
Now, South Florida ain't bad, man.
Hold on now. I ain't know they was like that. Hold on. Let me like it. What?
Yeah, South Florida ain't bad. They only lost 1 game. But that was against huh?
6-1. I didn't know all that.
6-1.
What's Florida Atlantic? What's their record?
3-4.
Oh, they trash. They trash.
Alright, they definitely that. Yeah, they definitely that. Yeah, they're both American Conference. They're both American Conference too. So that's cool too. But we're gonna go ahead and work our way on up. So getting them a little shine. They got their energy. So Virginia, 22. Washington State, 20. Virginia, they beat they was, I think they were the first team to beat Florida State too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, it was.
They were actually they were actually the first team. They beat Florida State, and then after that, a whole bunch of UCLA's came and beat up Florida State. But this is the crazy part about it. Let me go back there on the Texas and Kentucky game. Do you know that Kentucky? I'm sorry. Do you know that Texas had only 179 total yards that whole game?
Yep. I've seen that.
179 yards, the whole game. But moving on to, I had to throw that little tidbit in there. But Virginia, like I said, they 5 and listen. This is the crazy part. Virginia is 5 and they're 6-1. Who did Virginia lose against? They lost against someone. They lost against NC State. But everybody else, this is the crazy part. They don't beat people by like an average of 40-some points per game.
They doing, man, they putting belt like that.
They putting it in, bro. How long? Let's check this out though. Let me give you another interesting fact, right? In the ACC, right? They are like the number 2. Okay, Georgia Tech number 1. They haven't lost a game yet. Georgia Tech still only one of the only few undefeated teams in the country. But Virginia is like right behind Georgia Tech. So Virginia could be playing Georgia Tech for the ACC championship.
or Miami?
No. Miami is no.
5-1.
Yeah, they're 5-1, but they're way down on the bottom.
Damn.
Yeah. So then, okay, so here's the deal. So let me give you the standings, okay? Not the overall standings, but the conference standings, right? Because conference championships are based on conference record, right?
Yeah.
So you got Georgia Tech, Virginia, SMH. Oh, my bad. I mean SMU, Pittsburgh, Duke, Louisville, California, Miami, Clemson, Wake Forest, NC State, Virginia Tech, Stanford, Syracuse, North Carolina, Florida State. Oh, wow. And Boston College. Check this out. Florida State is 0-3 in the conference. So you can kiss it. They can kiss that conference championship goodbye, buddy. Yeah, they gone on their whole
Well, I
deal.
can't talk. Purdue ain't even won a conference game either. So.
Oh, again, like I said, hold on. I get what you're saying, but guess what though? I say it respectfully. Purdue is not a football school. Purdue is a basketball school. But I ain't gonna lie, you gotta give them time. You gotta find the right coach and all that stuff. It's gonna take time.
Guess what? Basketball right around the corner. So I gave up on football.
I know. You said you gave up on the football.
I gave up. I don't even care no more.
You ain't right. Hold on. Matter of fact, let me look at it. Let me look at this basketball stuff too and everything. Hold up. College. Where's the college basketball at? NCAA football. Where's the college basketball at? I don't have this thing in my what's the name? In my favorites in my ESPN thing. What's my thing at? I don't see it. I'll look it up in a minute though. I got NCAA women's basketball, but I don't have men's basketball. It's crazy work. But anyway, let me go ahead and get back to what we're doing. But Virginia definitely got their energy. So moving on up, number 16 Missouri. Wow, just crazy. And Auburn coming off a loss to Georgia last week, and that clap cap for Kirby Smart. He was clapping on Burr. You straight capping. Georgia my team, like Kirby. You call that timeout, bro. But at any rate, Missouri coming off a loss to Alabama last week, and Missouri came out. Hey, look, this is the crazy part. They won in double overtime with Auburn. Mizzou went straight. They won a double overtime with Auburn. No, is it 2 overtimes? I think they went 2. No, they just went overtime with Auburn. Win that game in overtime with Auburn. So that was crazy work. What's your thoughts on that Missouri-Auburn game?
Great shit. Great football, Mizzou. Great football.
Yeah, great football. Let's look at Mizzou's schedule. Let's see here, Mizzou. What y'all schedule is? Mizzou. Oh, wow. Check this out. They got Vanderbilt next.
Woo. Vanderbilt didn't just win, too.
I know. Check this out, though. They got Vanderbilt, Texas A&M, Mississippi State, Oklahoma, and then Arkansas. Shit. Hey, that Vanderbilt, Texas A&M, boy, that's crazy work, bro. They got they got to go to Vanderbilt and play Vanderbilt, but they got to, but Texas A&M got to go to them. Yeah. So actually, they went into 2 overtimes as well, but Mizzou definitely got their energy. Now moving on up, BYU beating Utah, 24-21. That's fine. Oklahoma came out after they lost the Red River Shootout last week from Texas. 26-7, Oklahoma number 14. So Oklahoma won. Notre Dame, this is the crazy part. I actually picked USC to beat Notre Dame, but Notre Dame wound up being USC, right? Okay.
Notre Dame beat USC?
Yes, Notre Dame beat them.
Good.
Yeah, it was a close game. Yeah, well, you know what? That's another Indiana. Well, I know you're a Purdue guy, but there's another Indiana team in your favor, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
now Notre Dame, they're the football team here in the state of Indiana. Yeah,
oh, really?
That's the football school. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
School right there.
But check this out, though. Did this right here. Jeremiah Love, right?
Mm-hmm.
228 yards rushing.
Damn.
And 1 touchdown. 228 yards. Ran all over. 228 yards rushing. 220. Oh boy, got 2 football fields. And look, CJ Carr. Okay, he got a touchdown, rushing touchdown, and negative 70 yard rushing. Guess what? He only got 136 yards passing.
So basically, they won that game because of Jeremiah Love.
Yeah, they couldn't stop the run, basically. That's all it was.
Now, Purdue, I need y'all to take notes. Next time we play USC, run the ball. Run the ball.
Man, I don't know, man. I think Purdue, they got a long way to go. But moving on up, and guess what? Georgia Tech undefeated, 7-0 overall, 4-0 in the conference. Georgia Tech number 12, Georgia Tech, and Duke 18. And basically, Georgia Tech scored 20 unanswered points in the second half, and everything. And guess what? Haynes King, 205 yards rushing. 205 yards passing, right? But check this out though, he got 120 yards rushing and 1 touchdown. Came in and look, got 120 yards rushing by himself. He ran the ball 14 times for 120 yards, and then Malachi Hosley with 20 yards and a touchdown. And Georgia Tech with 2 sacks on that. So Georgia Tech, number 12. Guess what? Now, what do we say? With 4 teams losing, 4 top 10 teams losing, guess what? Georgia Tech probably gonna be top 10.
Probably.
Oh, my bad. They're gonna be top 10. I forgot. Tennessee lost.
Yep.
They lost. But moving on now, here we go. This is the nitty gritty. LSU D-Lump team, 24, Vanderbilt 31. Man, what your thoughts on that? Because I'm gonna say something about this right here.
Tennessee and Alabama?
No. On Vanderbilt and LSU.
Oh. I ain't gonna lie, LSU I don't know what happened. They done lost their spark from the first few weeks of the season.
Right.
Ever since they lost to Ole Miss, they haven't been the same.
Exactly. Yeah. They don't. Yeah. They don't. Hold on. Who did they lose? Oh yeah, they lost against Ole Miss, right? Yeah, they lost against Ole Miss, and they couldn't. I don't know what to say about that, man. They don't. Yeah. LSU don't lost a lot of steam, but let me say this real quick. I don't know. This is D-Lump team, and because we're gonna do a live stream tomorrow. I'm gonna bring you on tomorrow, right? But what I want to ask you, Brian Kelly, been at LSU for about 6-7 years. Do you think LSU did let him go or keep him or what?
Who?
LSU and Brian Kelly, the head coach at LSU.
Keep him. Keep him.
Okay.
Keep him.
He said keep him. So old boy said he said keep him. What's up, Chivia Douche on Instagram? Yeah. So you said LSU should keep Brian Kelly?
Keep him.
Okay. Hold on. Hold on for a second. So LSU should keep Alabama. Hold on. Going back. Oh, hold on. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and go up the ranking and everything. So LSU should keep them. Oh yeah, let me go ahead and go to the stats real quick. Diego Pavia, right? 106 yards passing, 1 touchdown. But guess what though? He got two rushing touchdowns. LSU could not stop the run today. You had Diego Pavia, which is the quarterback. McCollum Young. Okay, Diego Pavia with 86 yards. McCollum Young with 82 yards. Cedric Alexander with 45 yards. Trey Richardson with 22 yards. They got 239 yards rushing on LSU. LSU cannot stop the run. They couldn't stop the run. They could not stop their run. And LSU, and look, LSU really ain't got no offense, really. I mean, but Gary Nussmeier was a Heisman Trophy candidate. He was highly considered at the beginning of the season. He got 2 touchdown passing. I mean, they got some scores, but the defense couldn't stop nothing, man. You know. And looking at their schedule, guess what? Check this out, they got Texas A&M next, and Alabama. This is what they got next. A&M and then Alabama. Yep. My bad. So, and then, my bad. Let me do this real quick. All right, and everything. So, pretty much, pretty much, I know you had some engagements, some prior engagements that you had to do and everything, and we're gonna go ahead and let you cut on out, and I'm gonna go ahead and finish this stream. We'll be back on this thing tomorrow, man. So, all right. I'm gonna let you go ahead on out. I'm gonna finish the stream and everything. Hey, see you tomorrow, buddy. So Data Dunn and D Lump will be on the live stream with me tomorrow, guys. So, I'm gonna let you go on out, man. Have a good one, big dog. Have a good night. All right, okay, everybody. I'm back. So pretty much Data Dunn wound up having to leave. It had some other engagements and things of that nature. Let me turn this up. Test. Okay, there it is. I'm right here. All right, hold on. So pretty much everybody, I am back doing stream. I'm pretty much a solo act. Like I said, D-Lump has some, he had a prior engagement that had come up tonight. Also, Data Dunn, he came on with me temporarily. So like I said, tomorrow night we will do a live stream tomorrow with both of them on here. So that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow night on the live stream. But I'm going to go ahead and continue on. Okay, I left off at the LSU and Vanderbilt game. So Diego Pavia, he's pretty much the cornerstone of that defense. I mean, of that Vanderbilt football team. Now check this out right here. Vanderbilt hasn't beaten or defeated LSU since 1990. Pretty much a 35-year run, they haven't beat LSU. Today, they beat them. Now, check this out. Last year, they beat Alabama. Alabama, #1 team in the country, they beat them. Okay? This year, almost beat them, but they came close to beat them, but they couldn't beat them. Also today. Now, they beat LSU today. So Vanderbilt, I can see Vanderbilt going up a couple spots in the polls, man. Vanderbilt they're probably going to climb their way back up there. Now let's looking at this schedule. Let me look at this schedule real quick. Now Vanderbilt, okay. Here's what they got. Okay, they got Missouri, then they got Texas, Auburn, Kentucky, and then Tennessee. So I can see Vanderbilt winning some games out. I don't want to say they're going to lose any of these things, but Vanderbilt looks pretty strong. Matter of fact, let me look into the standards in the SEC. Okay, of course, you got A&M, Texas A&M, which is #1 team in the SEC, Alabama, and then you got Georgia. Georgia pretty much losing to Alabama. You got Ole Miss losing to Georgia today. Texas, Missouri, Oklahoma, Vanderbilt, and then LSU. So pretty much Vanderbilt is always down at the bottom, but Vanderbilt could still be a playoff team. But time will tell on that. But congrats to the Commodores. Y'all definitely got their energy. But let's go ahead and go on to the other games. So we're gonna work our way up like we have been doing. Pretty much going into the Oregon game. #8 Oregon beating Rutgers 56. So you know what? Let me do this right here. I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. Boom. Interact. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, there we go. I forgot I had to put my little screen up, share my little screen and everything. So Oregon and the Rutgers, right? Oregon beating Rutgers 56-10, man. Oregon showing out. I mean, Dante Moore, 290 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. This is the crazy part. Noah Whittington, 125 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. Jordan Davidson, 100 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. The Area Hill, 62 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. Guess what? Kenyon Sadiq, 80 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns. DeCorian Moore, 63 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. And Noah Whittington, okay, with another receiving touchdown as well. So Noah Whittington with 3 touchdowns. With 3 touchdowns for the Ducks. Shucky Ducky Quack Quack. Oregon, y'all definitely got that energy. Oregon, man, hey, I don't know who else Oregon got. Oh, well, Wisconsin, Iowa, Minnesota, USC, Washington. Pretty much Oregon can win all the way out. Only Oregon needs to do is win all the way out. But let's go ahead and go to another one. Arizona State. Okay, all right, here we go. Now, this is the top 10 losses to everybody. Now, Texas Tech and Arizona State. A top 10 loss, everybody. A top 10 loss, okay? I mean, Arizona State beat Texas Red Raiders 26-22. Will Hammond for Texas Tech, 167 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Will Hammond with the rest of the touchdown as well. But Coy Eakin with a touchdown, and also Richard Vigil with a touchdown as well for Texas Tech. But wasn't enough for Arizona State, because Arizona State with Sam Livia, 319 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Raleek Brown, okay, 69 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. Now check this out: Jordan Tyson, 105 yards receiving, 1 touchdown, and also Jeremy Hamilton with the touchdown. With 100 yards receiving as well. Now they definitely got the energy. I think, just in my opinion, Texas Tech losing today. I think Texas Tech. Well, you know what? I'm gonna hold off on that. Pretty much, I'm gonna give you guys my predictions later, where these teams are gonna fall, and what teams are gonna move up, and what teams are gonna move down. But anyway, let me go ahead and move on to the next football game. I'm sorry, to the next college game. Top 25. Georgia, Ole Miss. This game was one for the ages. Georgia, they eked this one out, man. Georgia, that was crazy work what Georgia was doing today. Georgia, on the other hand, look, Trinidad Chambliss, okay, 263 yards passing, 1 touchdown, okay? Trinidad Chambliss with 2 rushing touchdowns as well. Kewan Lacey with 2 touchdowns too. Also, Deshaun Stribling with a touchdown. And Ole Miss just with 1 sack. Georgia, on the other hand, Gunnar Stockton, 289 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, and no interception. So no interceptions on that. So Gunnar Stockton with a rushing touchdown as well. But the tight end, Lawson Lucky, 3 touchdowns. Nate Frazier with a rushing touchdown as well. So the tight ends did play a big role today in that game. Georgia Bulldogs, Go Dogs, my team. Y'all definitely got the energy. Moving on up to Texas A&M and Arkansas. Georgia on the bye week next week, and Ole Miss. Who's Ole Miss play next? Ole Miss, Oklahoma next. Yeah, they got to go to Oklahoma. So, hey, that's gonna be a good game too with Ole Miss and Oklahoma. But moving on up to A&M and Arkansas. Again, Arkansas making things tough for people. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not gonna lie. As much as Arkansas is losing these games, they're making these games close. Okay, they beat Tennessee only won by a field goal last week. Again, the same thing today. Deja vu. A&M won by a field goal today. So Arkansas. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Arkansas, on the other hand, they, even though they're losing these games, but they're staying in these games. They're keeping it close. And I think Arkansas, maybe a couple of players, or plays, or both away from becoming not to say, well, they're not dominant, but there are a couple of players and plays away from becoming, I would say, an SEC thorn. That would be more of analogy to pretty much explain the whole thing. But guess what? But wound up keeping it close with A&M. A&M got the energy, but at the same time, hey, Marcel Reed, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns. Also with the rushing touchdown as well, 55 yards rushing. Ruben Owens II with 2 touchdowns, 69 yards rushing. Ashton Bell Roman. Bethel Roman with the touchdown. KC Concepcion with the touchdown. And Nate Borwicker. What was it? Kirker. Yeah, Kircher with the touchdown as well. Now, let's get at Arkansas real quick. This is crazy part. Taylor Green, 256 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. And also with 2 touchdowns, rushing, 85 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. And Mike Washington Jr. with 147 yards rushing, but no touchdowns. But guess what? Omega Blake with a touchdown, 118 yards receiving. And also, C.J. Brown with a touchdown, and Jaden Pratt with a touchdown. Now, here's the crazy part about it. Now, they fired Sam DeWitt, but guess what? DeWitt. Do it. I think his name is DeWitt. The pronunciation of his last name. But at the same time, Bobby Petrino has came in as the interim offensive coordinator. Bobby Petrino is an offensive guru. Like I said again, Arkansas has been keeping these games close. But what's going to happen, I think, like I said again, a couple players and plays away from becoming, a wrecking ball or a thorn in the SEC side. So Arkansas is one of them teams that's kind of like not their Weeder Pool or cupcake, but they do give teams problems. But Arkansas, I can see Arkansas on the rise. Just my opinion. So I can speak for everybody else. This is my opinion. I think Arkansas could definitely be on the rise. They definitely got the answers. But A&M still undefeated. No problem with that. So A&M, they hold on. Yeah, A&M, they definitely get like I said, the number 4 team in the country. So I can see them moving up. But I do like A&M. A&M, they look surprising. Now, moving on up, Indiana, number 3. Number 3, Indiana beating Michigan State. 13, scored 13, Michigan State. Now, Indiana, Fernando Mendoza, 332 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, 10 yards passing rushing for Kenyon Black, 64 yards rushing, 1 touchdown as well. Also, Omar Cooper Jr., 1 touchdown, 115 yards receiving. Elijah Surratt, 70 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns. E.J. Williams, 59 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. Now, moving on to Michigan State. Well, Aiden Childs with a touchdown, 243 yards passing. Nick Marsh with 64 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. So, what I do like about the Indiana, now I'm going to be honest with you guys. Indiana, believe it or not, Indiana definitely has come along, and they pretty much making some noise today. They're making noise. They've been making noise lately. See, Indiana and Vanderbilt, they've relatively been making noise, like seriously making noise. Vanderbilt beating Alabama and beating Alabama last year, almost beating them this year, and also beating LSU as well this year. So, and almost came close to beating Alabama, but like I said, Vanderbilt and Indiana, like I said, Vanderbilt is kind of like a basketball school. It's a real good education school as well. So they're not really known for football. They just happen to have a football team, but they do have a pretty decent basketball team. So you have 2 teams known for basketball, Indiana and Vanderbilt. But guess what? These guys, like Indiana, top 10. Number 3 team in the country, probably top 5. Okay. Not Alabama, but Vanderbilt. Yeah, Vanderbilt. Number 17. So I suspect and expect Vanderbilt to kind of move up as well by being LSU. So strength of schedule. So Vanderbilt possibly could crack that top 12 for the playoffs. But anyway, moving on. Congrats to Hoosiers. Y'all definitely got the energy. R.I.P. Bobby Knight. I know it's a basketball school, but hey, they look like they're coming football school. Oh, here's a fun fact, right? So they tried Penn State firing James Franklin. And so what it was, they're looking for a head coach right now. So what they did was they tried to go after the Indiana head coach, but Indiana turned around, gave the man an 8-year extension for $93 million. So he ain't going nowhere. So Penn State, you know what, both of them, Penn State, y'all need to go ahead and try to find y'all another coach. You know, some other candidates that are out there. So, hey, look, I don't know who they're going to. I don't know. Me, in my opinion, I don't think they should let James Franklin go. It's just my opinion. I mean, he's bought them. He's had Penn State for 12 years, multiple top 10 finishes, bowl games, things of that nature. I think, just in my opinion, I think Penn State pulled the trigger too fast. And then with them losing Drew LR for the season, so I don't know. I think they pulled the trigger too fast. But moving on, man. Let's go ahead and get back to these scores real quick. Alabama. Oh, my bad. Alabama, Tennessee. Yeah, Alabama 37. Tennessee, number 11. Tennessee versus number 6 Alabama. Alabama smoking them cigars right now. They might be smoking blunts too. But at any rate, Tennessee. Drew Aguilar. Okay, 268 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Deshaun Bishop, 123 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. And also, Braylon Staley with a touchdown, 92 yards receiving. Also, Tennessee, no sacks. Alabama, 4 sacks. Okay, Todd Simpson, Heisman Trophy candidate, 253 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Jeremy Bernard, 49 yards rushing, and also with 60 yards receiving as well. But Daniel Hill with the touchdown, 34 yards rushing. Jan Miller with the touchdown, rushing touchdown, but Alabama with 2 touchdowns. Now, moving on to the passing stats. Okay, Rigo Scott with the touchdown, and Isaiah Horton with the touchdown as well. Alabama with 4 sacks. Number 6 Alabama, and with the fact that Ole Miss and Miami losing. Yeah, I forgot about Miami losing too. But my deal is this right here. In my opinion, I think Alabama might be on their way back to prominence, guys. Alabama, they might be on their way up there, even though they beat my team Georgia. But guess what? We're gonna see them again. We're definitely gonna be seeing. We're gonna be seeing Alabama again. I think Georgia win that match. Georgia wins the second time, but Georgia, because you know in the SEC, we don't beat each other twice. Well, other than Texas, but that's Texas. Anyway, I'm past that point. But Alabama looks like they're on their way back to prominence. And things of that nature. But I think Alabama. I think Alabama can run the table, but Alabama, they may have some trap games coming up. So looking at the schedule. Okay, let's look at the schedule. Let's look at Bama's schedule, y'all. Oh my God, hold on. Oh wow. I just erased all. Oh wow. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I think I just erased all of my pages, y'all. Wow, I erased all my pages. This is crazy. I erased all my pages, y'all. Wow, I can't believe this. ESPN. I erased all my pages, everybody. Wow, you guys believe that? I erased all my pages. Damn, how the hell I do that? But anyway, let me go ahead and go back to my college scoreboard, everybody. But Alabama definitely got the energy. Yeah, I was looking at Alabama's schedule. This is what I'm trying to look at. So Alabama has a pretty interesting schedule coming up. Alabama, okay. South Carolina, okay, fine. Now, guess what? After South Carolina is LSU, Oklahoma. Okay, LSU, Oklahoma. So those 2 games are going to be sneaky games. And Auburn, they probably gonna beat Auburn, but at the same time, Auburn is another sneaky team for Alabama. I mean, Auburn is another sneaky team. They might sneak up in there, not to say they're gonna beat Bama, but I can see them going up in there and pulling one out. No. So Alabama definitely got the energy. But moving on up, Ohio State, number 1 team in the country. Ohio State 34. I think Wisconsin got 0. Yeah, 0. Yep, Wisconsin with 0. Yep, that's right. 34 nothing, everybody. 34 to nothing. Ohio State, number 1 team in the country. Ohio State pretty much breaking shop as usual. But then again, if you ask me, Ohio State ain't really played nobody. But that's just me talking. Julian Singing, right? 393 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. Okay, Isaiah West, 55 yards rushing. Bo Jackson, wow, Bo Jackson. Is this Bo Jackson Jr.? Anyway, I don't know. But Bo Jackson, 26 yards rushing. But never mind that. But Jeremiah Smith with 97 yards receiving, no touchdowns. But Carnell Tate with 111 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. And another passing touchdown, receiving touchdown for Will Carmerick with the touchdown as well. Ohio State with 3 sacks. Wisconsin, you know what? I don't want to talk about Wisconsin right now. You know, I'm going to go ahead and talk about them. Hunter Simmons, 54 yards passing, no touchdown, 1 interception. Wow, this is just one hell of a stat, folks. But you know what? That's all I got to say about that. Ohio State definitely got their energy. Now, moving on up, because I figured Ohio State would beat them. Moving on up, moving on to the last game of the night. Well, I forgot. Nebraska losing against Minnesota. Crazy work. Nebraska losing against 27 Minnesota. No. Unranked Minnesota. Okay? Nebraska 6, Minnesota 24. Dylan Raiola 177 yards passing and no touchdown. Oh, well, you know what? Let me go ahead and go on to Minnesota. I don't want to talk about that right now. Drake Lindsey, 153 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Darius Taylor, 148 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. Drake Lindsey with a touchdown as well. Also, Lamike Brockington. Yeah, Lamike Brockington with a touchdown reception as well. Guess what, though? Minnesota defense, 9 sacks. 9 sacks. Sack lunches, everybody. Racked up on them boys. Minnesota definitely got the energy. They're 5-2. Hey, Minnesota might just keep on up in the top 20. Might they crack the top 25, everybody. So they only lost 1 game. Yes, they lose 1 game. Yeah, I think they only lost 1 game, if I'm not mistaken. No, actually lost 2 games, but they only lost 1 Big Ten game. But moving on, Miami. Hold on. Let me say this real quick, okay? Let me say this real quick. Hey, look at me, everybody. I'll tell you something real quick. Miami is officially, they haven't been Miami for a minute, but Miami has a nickname for themselves, okay? Instead of it being Miami, it's Liami. L-I-E-A-M-I. Liami. You know why you call them Liami? Because they always tell a lie about how the U gonna make a comeback. It's done. It's a lie. Liami. Not Miami. Liami. L-I-E-A-M-I. Liami. The U coming back? Nope. Liami. You lying. That's a lie. Nope. Miami. Losing against unranked, again, we have all these teams. I talked about this in the stream earlier. We got all these teams losing against unranked college football teams. Unranked. Losing a lot of, listen, we got a lot of top 10 teams, okay? Penn State, Miami, or Miami, Texas Tech. Who else lost today in the top 10? No, I can't say LSU. No, not Louisiana. Oh, well, Louisiana. Anyway, LSU, they lost against Vanderbilt. Okay, this is an NC matchup, top 25. Okay, fine, no problem. But we have had a lot of college football teams, and these are just top 10. There have been several college football teams that have been losing against unranked teams. My deal is just like, let me go ahead and get to Miami again, or Miami, for that matter. Carson Beck, okay, 4 interceptions. Listen, Carson Beck, 4 interceptions. Yes, Carson Beck, 4 interceptions, okay? Miami, 21. Louisville, 24, okay? Crazy work, okay? Miller Moss, 248 yards for Louisville. Lamar Jackson's alma mater. 248 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, okay? Isaac Brown, 113 yards rushing, no touchdowns. That's fine. Cool. Guess what? Chris Bill, 136 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns. And they got no sacks. This was crazy about it. Now, check this out right here. Carson Beck, interceptions on deck. Hey, listen. Carson Beck, interceptions on deck, okay? Played for me. He played for Georgia. And he should just went on by his business. But Carson Beck, 271 yards passing, 4 interceptions. No touchdowns, but 4 interceptions. Hold on, my bad. Hold on, I'm saying one more time. 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. I'm gonna say it for the 3rd time, like Dr. Umar Johnson. 4 no touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Okay? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mark Fletcher with the touchdown. Malachi Tony with the touchdown for the Hurricanes. And guess what? Malachi Tony with 135 yards receiving. But guess what? No touchdown. Okay? Again, no touchdown. This is what it is. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. What should have happened? Miami, you should have talked to some Georgia fans first. Or some people from Georgia first. Okay? We could have told you not to sign him. Listen, the man threw interceptions at Georgia, left and right. Well, you know what? Listen, the man look like the man look like he autistic anyway. I mean, he ain't autistic, but he look like it is. You know, it just that's how he look. But anyway, yeah, I mean, listen, you should never sign the man. Because you already know when you sign it, man, let me tell you something real quick. He know he's not going to the NFL. He's basically a good, high profile, well, he's just a college athlete that can just throw the ball. He might be doing some podcasts or maybe some sports, you know, some ESPN sports casting somewhere. I mean, it's done. Carson Beck, you done. You're not going to the NFL. You know you're not going. All thing Carson Beck did was basically finesse the NIL system. Okay? He got a Lamborghini. They give him $7 million. Yeah, you made some money in college. Okay, fine. Well, yeah, go do something else, my guy. It's over with for you. Listen, this is the nickname and the stigma we got from Carson Beck. Carson Beck, interceptions on deck. And this is what we call him at Georgia. Same thing you might listen. I knew at a certain point and at a certain time that he was gonna do it. He was gonna have a game like that, or several games like that. He was gonna be passing that ball. Miami, number 2 team in the country. Guess what? I said something the other night in my TikTok, Facebook, Instagram video. I said this the other night. Whatever teams that are gonna lose this weekend, and I'm not saying all of them, but some of them, they're basically gonna have 1-game playoff seasons. LSU, Miami, Texas Tech, Ole Miss. Let me see if Ole Miss got it. They may not have it. Let me see if Ole Miss has a Georgia. Oh, here it is right here. Ole Miss. Let's look at Ole Miss real quick. Let's see. Ole Miss. Let's see here. Oh, okay. They gotta go to Oklahoma. They can probably win that. Guess what? Okay, after Ole Miss, okay, I mean, not Ole Miss, but Ole Miss, okay, Oklahoma. And then South Carolina, the Citadel, Florida, Mississippi State. Yeah, pretty much Ole Miss, by them losing this game today, they're gonna be in some serious trouble because Oklahoma, Oklahoma number 14, Ole Miss probably gonna drop a couple, they're gonna drop some spots. But I think between Oklahoma and Ole Miss, whoever wins that game probably will have a shot at the 12-team playoff. This is my opinion. But at any rate, Miami losing, and I said it in my TikTok videos and my quick stories that they will lose. That will be a tough game. I had a feeling that Louisville will lose, but because they're Miami, I said, I get Miami because Miami known for football. LSU is too, but Miami, football powerhouse. Well, it used to be a football powerhouse. Anyway, but it's not no more. Again, Miami. What it is? Miami. L-I-E-A-M-I. Miami. Miami, Miami. They rhyme. It goes together. But like I said, Miami blew that whole look. Some teams have thrown their season. Some teams have blown their season. Miami is right there on the cusp. I think Miami's pretty much done, if you ask me. Now, looking at Miami's schedule, let me look at the schedule real quick. Miami, let's see. What is this? My bad. Miami, let's see who they got next. Okay. Stanford, SMH, or SMU. Syracuse, NC State, Virginia, pick. SMU. You know what? SMU might beat Miami. Hold on. Let's look at SMU real quick, folks. SMU. Let's look at SMU real quick. Well, no, I can see them being SMU, but like I said, LSU. Okay, Ole Miss. Ole Miss. They may have a shot. They got one shot left. Like I said, one year playoff season. They had to beat Oklahoma to just crack up in there because LSU, they're the only team that got left. They don't have Alabama. They had Georgia. BTA built the ass. But like I said, LSU, Ole Miss, Miami, and Texas Tech. All those teams are, and like I said, wherever team loses will have a one-game playoff schedule next. So all those teams lost. LSU might be all the way out unless they come in and work some matches against Alabama. I don't know what they're gonna do. They lose against Alabama. Brian Kelly is fired. I mean, listen, Billy Napier, I thought he would be fired this weekend, but it had been said and reported that he was expected to be fired. But guess what, though? He beat Mississippi State today. Guess what? He saves his job. But at any rate, he's still on the hot seat, though. So, like I said, a lot of teams out here, they out here fighting for their lives. Georgia coasting, Alabama coasting. Well, no, Georgia didn't coast. Georgia almost lost, man. But the good thing about Georgia, Mississippi, Ole Miss could not stop Georgia. And I said this the whole time. I was talking to my friend of mine today. I said, and a friend of mine, he went to a bar because it was something he had to do there at the bar. I met up on some business things of that nature. And I told him before, while he was driving in the car, I told him straight up, I said, the way that Ole Miss is scoring, I said, UGA, because we scored every down. We scored every drive in the afternoon. On the 2 field goals, rest of them touchdowns. I said this right here. I said, Trent, listen, let me tell you something. What's going to have to happen is that Georgia, UGA, the defense, we need 2 stops. We got 2 stops and we stopped. So that's how we won the game. I was saying it the whole time. He said, you know what, Bernard? Got the bar, Alabama fan said I was talking to him, and he said all we needed, only thing Georgia needed was 2 stops. He said, you know what? My partner Bernard said the same thing. I said, only thing UGA needed was 2 stops today, because I'm not gonna lie. I think Georgia is probably the most battle-tested team in all of college football this year. No disrespect, no other team that's out there. Okay, think about it. Okay, we had Auburn. Okay, Tennessee, Alabama, Auburn. Whoo, they almost got it. Ole Miss, we gonna have some challenges. And guess what? We still got Mississippi State. Mississippi State ain't bad. It just ain't ranked. Mississippi State, we got Florida. They just throw the record book out the window with Florida. And then you got Texas. So, like I said, hold up, we got Georgia Tech too. So you gotta realize, understand, we still got some teams on that schedule. So, like I said, it's a lot of. Let's see, 4 out of the top 10 teams. Let's go over this again. Miami, Ole Miss, Texas Tech, and LSU. 4 top 10 teams losing today. So it's gonna be very interesting on the polls. So let me go to my polls real quick. So I'm thinking my inner show, well, like I was in my show on the polls anyway. I'm probably gonna go over this tomorrow too. Top 25. Let's see here. Wait a minute. Hold on for a second. You know what? Believe it or not, I don't think it's really gonna be matter, but I'm gonna go ahead and go over it anyway. So I'm gonna go to AP Top 25. Hold on for a second, guys. AP Top 25. AP Top 25. Okay. Let's see here. Projected college football. Let's see here. Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M, Georgia. Yeah, Alabama's gonna move up. Okay. This was projected. Let me go to ESPN. Hold on. Top 25. Okay, here it is right here. Okay. Here we go. All right. Now, this is what we have for right now. Ohio State, Miami, Indiana. Hold on. Let me go over here. Ohio State, Miami, or Miami, Indiana, Texas A&M, Ole Miss, Alabama, Texas Tech, Oregon, Georgia, LSU, Tennessee, Georgia Tech, Notre Dame, Oklahoma, BYU, Missouri, Vanderbilt, Virginia, South Florida, USC, Texas, Memphis, Utah, Cincinnati, and Nebraska. Now, this is what we have for right now because the polls hadn't come out yet. Oh, believe me, when these polls come out tomorrow, expect some changes. So, however, I do suspect that Ohio State remains number 1. I think Indiana moves up to number 2. A&M number 3, Bama 4, Georgia 5, Oregon 6, Oregon number 6, Georgia Tech could be number 7, Notre Dame number 8, Oklahoma number 9, BYU could be 10, Mizzou 11, Vanderbilt 12, Virginia 13, South Florida 14, Texas 15, Utah 16. This is what I'm seeing for right now. Now, let me look at the projections real quick. Now, let me look at the Sports Illustrated. Now, this is according to Sports Illustrated, okay? This is me coming out top of my head. Now, let me look at the Sports Illustrated one, okay? Sports Illustrated, okay. Projected, okay? This is relatively projected, okay? Projected AP Top 25 for week number 9, okay? Ohio State number 1, A&M number 2, A&M number 3, Texas A&M number 3, Alabama number 4, Georgia number 5, Oregon number 6. I say Oregon number 6. Oh, right here it is. Georgia Tech number 7. Okay, Ole Miss number 8. Miami going to number 9. Notre Dame 10. Oklahoma number 11. BYU 12. Vanderbilt 13. Texas Tech 14. Yeah, because they lost against an unranked team. Missouri 15. Virginia 16. South Florida 17. LSU, number 17. Yeah, I can see that. Tennessee 18. Texas Longhorns 19. Cincinnati 20. Louisville 21. Yeah, I can see them because they beat they beat Miami. Michigan number 23. Illinois number 24. Boise State number 25. That's what's projected. So we will see when these polls come out tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow, Sunday or Monday. So we will find out what teams will be, what teams will have the rankings and things of that nature. So that's my show for tonight, guys. See you guys soon. Live stream tomorrow night, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. See you guys. Peace.